Warning. The following content that you about to receive is two motherfuckers in here cussing. If your ignorant ass kids that found this fucking podcast and you don't know how to do the parental settings of this shit, that's shame on you as a parent. You gotta do better. Viewer discretion is advised, motherfucker.
Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, nigga.
Hey, what's up, man?
This meeting is being recorded.
Did it say that on your end?
It did say that on my end.
Nice. What's going on with you, man?
Man, nothing much, man. Same old, same old. Just getting used to the new gig.
Yes, sir.
You know, that's pretty much it.
That's what's up, man.
That's pretty much. What about you?
Nothing much, man. Just same thing. You know, still working.
Yeah.
Pretty much talking about not trying to go back to the office. I pretty much decided, man, I ain't trying to be back around all these nasty motherfuckers no more.
Right.
Because flat out, man, these cats was nasty pre-pandemic, and you know they're gonna be even more nasty after the pandemic.
Oh yeah. They ain't been following restriction rules since the shit started. You know that. Them motherfuckers ain't wore no masks. Them motherfuckers been going out doing whatever the hell they want to do. We all know that.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, you know, cats that was just like, yo, you know, there was a lot of cats that were wearing their masks. They were out here. They were doing their thing. But then you got some of the other cats that was trying to out-science the science.
How you gonna try to prove some shit that's already been proven?
Because they out here trying to do their own independent research. So they basically left it out. Like there was one cat, I ain't gonna say no names, of course, but he was such a COVID denier that he let his kids go to a party that was full of kids that had Rona. The kid got Rona, gave him Rona, and then he wrote a blog about how Rona wasn't really that bad, but it was bad.
What?
but not only that though, like not only the, you know, just the hygiene and all that, or the coughing, but we talking about like hygiene.
Right.
Like cats have been working in their own house without showering, without washing their face, without washing nothing,
brushing their teeth
for 16 months. Do you really think at the moment the office open back up, they just gonna be out here just, yeah, office back open, I'm about to wash it? No, they are not. And some of the cats wasn't good at it before. So they was up in there stinking and we got to sit next to each other and all that. Nah, bruh, I'm staying at the crib.
Hey, people at Super Ultra Mega Pro Coding, you motherfuckers is nasty.
We take what we want, and after we take Lex Luger and the Giant, we want the gold, sucker. Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, nigga. For you, nigga. For you, nigga.
We take what we want. We the realest in the business. We want the gold, sucker.
Hulk Hogan,
we coming for you, no. We take what we want. We the realest in the business. We want the gold, sucker.
Hulk Hogan,
we coming for you, no. We take what we want. We the realest in the business. We want the gold, sucker.
Hulk Hogan,
we coming for you, no. We take what we want. We the realest in the business. We want the gold, sucker.
Hulk Hogan,
we coming for you, no. Coming for you, no.
Shit. What's up, y'all? Welcome to the WeCominForYouCast. On today's episode, we got listener comments. We got Lio Rush retirement. We also talk about WWE releases. We also had a UK Wrestling with our STL segment. And of course, those Illustrious Awards. Let's give it out to RVS and R8TED on the show. Welcome everyone to the WeCominForYouCast.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are back. We are back coming at you with a brand new episode, man. Shout out to y'all. Y'all comment on the best of episode, man. We hope y'all like that. There will be more to come because we got like I said, we got vaults. We have a vault.
Yeah, it's a lot. We've been going for a little while, y'all, man. There's been a lot been going on, man. We back in here, but like he said, we have a vault of content to talk about. A vault of content. And an award that I'm going to give out to somebody as well, too.
Oh, yeah. Oh, spoiler alert. I'm getting the award this week. I'm getting the award this week, and you will find out why. But before we do that, my name is RVS. You can find me at FrenchIce06. It's FRANCHICE06. All social media platforms. And homie over here is...
I am... Damn, I forgot how I did this shit. Oh, yeah. On the number 18, D_R. I'm ROD, y'all. See, it's been so long.
They messed around and forgot.
They forgot my goddamn line. Line.
Hey, it would have tripped me out if somebody off camera was like, that R number 18, D_R.
Yeah.
I mean, who the hell is that? Is that black question mark?
The black question mark. And
well,
shout outs to the black question mark.
Yes.
On his wonderful endeavors. We'll just say that.
I was gonna say black question mark. Black question mark move to parts unknown, man.
Yeah, literally.
Literally the parts unknown, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to black question mark for that. Man, but we got to start out this episode, man. We got a lot of listener comments, questions, and all that. So we about to go ahead and get into it, man. Let's start out.
Let's go.
We got a lot of love from the New Jack episode.
Okay.
So shout out to Meal Ticket, who said appreciate the New Jack tribute show. He got hip to him from Beyond the Mat and listen and watch his stuff afterwards. So shout out to Meal Ticket with that one.
Meal Ticket! What's up,
yes,
bro?
Sir. Yes, sir. Also, shout out to Lee's Roy on YouTube. He's been a commenter a few times.
Okay.
He said, respect to you all for this New Jack tribute. That dude was the MF Doom of hardcore wrestling.
That's a good analogy there.
Man,
it really is, man.
And you know what? That's the second time somebody has compared anything that we've done on this podcast to MF Doom.
Right.
And I've never been so honored in my life.
That's a hell of an honor, man.
man, for real.
This shit, this podcast brewed, dude. This shit came from us on the damn football field talking about wrestling, all kinds of crazy shit, having our own. This was before podcasts even thought of, and we just decided to do a podcast because of the damn pandemic. So, all y'all listening, fans and detractors, we appreciate y'all, man. We really do.
Yes, sir. Well, we can't forget B Train. If it wasn't for B Train, we might not be doing a podcast. If it wasn't for the if it wasn't for you and you getting into damn NXT and Paul Heyman telling you had a curfew and you wait a minute, hold up. This grown ass man is getting told from Paul Heyman that he can't go outside his room at a certain time. Are you serious? Why would Paul Heyman, of all people, care? We talking about the dude who created ECW. Do you think the dude who created ECW would care if you were outside of your room going down the hall getting some ice? If you were down in the bar drinking some warm milks, because I know you probably were out there drinking warm milks. Paul Heyman don't care. He don't care.
B-Train, man, just the gig is up, man. Just tell us if it was bullshit. If it's bullshit, man, just let us know, man. For real. Get on the show. WeCominForYouCast@gmail.com. B-Train from Kansas City. I'll put it out there. Kansas City. Just let us know if that was bullshit. And pro wrestlers from Kansas City. And y'all know who y'all are.
Yep.
And some of y'all traveling with him. Let us know if he was full of shit.
I just thought of something crazy. So I gotta see if I can find this video again. But remember, I sent you that video of B-Train singing Mariah Carey on YouTube. I ain't gonna put his face in it, but I need to just throw that audio clip in right here. Hopefully I can find it. Because if I find it,
no.
I don't even remember how I found that.
Oh my God.
I don't remember. I think because I was looking at Super Ultra Mega Pro Wrestling, they knew that he was associated with it, so it came up in my in my recommended videos. Hey, check this out. So we got a couple more comments on the New Jack episode. Shout out to Ricky Smooth, frequent commenter, and also also has more comments that we're gonna go over today.
All right.
But Ricky Smooth said, I think for me, the biggest moment of insight into New Jack was when he said he didn't throw Vic Grimes off the scaffolding because he landed on his head. He threw him because Vic Grimes never checked on him.
Yeah.
So and that tells you all that you need to know about New Jack. We said that on the show.
It does. Again, we don't condone any of the actions that New Jack did. Would we do it? No. Let's put it out there now. Hey man, New Jack was really that dude, man. He didn't take no shit. I don't know any other way to say it. He didn't take no shit.
That's it. I mean, hey, you don't not follow protocol for a dude like that. Nope. Wrestling protocol is you hurt somebody, you check to make sure they okay. Yep. New Jack is the one dude you don't do that with.
Yeah, because he gonna finish it one way or another.
And he did. So we got one comment. Now, it wasn't about the episode, but Around My Way on YouTube said, never liked dude, talking about New Jack. He upheld every stereotype about being black in America. Now, you knew there had to be one.
Yeah.
You knew it had to be one.
I mean, I respect. I mean, that's how he felt. I think New Jack, that's the character New Jack and Jerome Young are one and the same. That's who he was. I mean, it's not a stereotype if that's who the fuck you are. I know people who are like that. It ain't no stereotype. That's who the fuck they are.
That's who they are.
You can't change at a certain point. You can't change who they are.
Right.
Period. I respect your opinion, man. It ain't a cup of tea for everybody. And I respect the fact that you feel like that was a stereotype. But I don't think that New Jack was the type of dude that was going to play the game of changing himself to fucking put asses in seats so to get us to watch. He was who he was. Period.
Yeah. Well, and
and then you either watched him or you didn't.
Exactly. Right. And he summed that up in the Dark Side of the Ring episode for what he wanted his legacy to be. He was just like, I don't care. Shit. I don't give a fuck. I agree, man. I don't again, I don't agree with everything New Jack has done. I don't. I'm telling you that right now. But his contributions to pro wrestling are a bit. They're not. I don't think he gets the props that he deserved, like what we mentioned. If you really sit back and kind of look at all of what happened before the Gangsters, and then what happened literally right after that, maybe 5 or 6 years after that. Yep. New Jack did it first. So honestly.
So for all you motherfuckers that's still out here giving the man we should not be named that wanted to choke people out and shit, his props in the ring. If you gonna live by that aspect, give New Jack the same damn respect, and he didn't do what he did.
Exactly. And I'll say this about being a stereotype, man. Like, we talk about this all the time about pro wrestling, being big on stereotypes, big on all of these things. But at the end of the day, pro wrestling is about characters, right? And honestly, one of the biggest things that I respect about New Jack is that he owned his character.
Yeah.
Look, Jim Cornette might have said, here's what the storyline is, when New Jack ran with it. New Jack developed his own character. It wasn't Jim Cornette or Paul Heyman or Vince McMahon telling him how to be him, how to be black. It was New Jack dictating that himself. Right. So at the end of the day, if we're looking at characters of pro wrestling, if characters are going to be stereotypical, hey man, let that man own it. Let that man own it. And now, his wife, his family, they are continually getting paid off of his likeness to this day, because Vince don't own it. Jim Cornette don't own it. Don't nobody own it but his family and his legacy.
Right. And that's good, man. That's good. Again, RIP New Jack, man. We wanted you on the show, man. We just missed that. We missed that boat a little too. You took off without us, man. But RIP, big dog.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, so moving on, we're gonna stay within the blackness of pro wrestling, but some episodes back, I think it was on the Brandy Rose, questioning Brandy Rose blackness is whack episode.
We coming for you fans. We coming for you fans. Y'all still on that?
So check this out. This is a good one. This is a good one though.
Okay.
Because again, Ricky Smooth.
Okay, Ricky Smooth.
Ricky, like we said in that episode, we don't think anybody has ever said heifer in a pro wrestling ring, right? Somebody else came back and said Butch Reed called somebody a heifer in the ring.
Somebody else did too?
Nah, the homie Ricky Smooth found the clip.
Yes,
Butch Reed calling somebody a heifer in the ring. So to set the stage, this is in Mid-South Pro Wrestling. This had to be one of the most racially charged angles in Mid-South. It's during the same time ongoing storyline with Ric Flair calling Butch Reed a big monkey.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. Right. So Butch Reed confronts Dick Slater about a $25,000 bounty that Ric Flair put on his head to injure him. So Ric Flair put a bounty on Butch Reed for somebody to hurt him.
Right.
So he would not have to defend the NWA world title against him. So while Butch Reed is at it, he has some choice words for a lady by the name of Dark Journey.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Yeah. A lady by the name of Dark Journey. So as we see this right about now-ish, you hear that, right?
Time limit.
You hear that?
Yeah, I hear
to my right, the red corner, Mr. Unpredictable Dick Slater.
Yeah, this is definitely about to be.
And across the ring in the blue corner, dressed in blue, Steve Dahl. 1 fall, 10-minute time limit. Your referee, Carl Berge.
Oh!
Now you got $25,000 for me, sucker. Huh?
Damn, it's already better than the first 5 minutes of Monday Night Raw.
Huh?
Hell yeah.
And let me tell you something, girl. I'm black, and I'm proud of it, you hear me? I know what I am. The trouble is you don't know who you are. You trying to be something that you ain't. I'm going to tell you that right now. You trying to be something that you not. Hey!
Oh!
Ooh.
Don't do it.
What?
Don't do it. Don't do
What
it.
you thinking here so I can talk? Let me tell you something, heifer.
Yeah.
That black men don't treat women like white men when it comes to slapping on them. So let me tell you this one thing, crap. When you put your hands on me again, I'm gonna knock you smooth out. And let me tell you something, back jumper. Let me tell you something, back jumper Slater. You got $25,000 to take out on my head. I'm gonna give you a chance to make your money, sucker. I'm gonna turn my back on you, and you back jump me when I walk away. Take your best shot, boy.
Woo! Wait a minute. This first 5 minutes of this video is better than fucking Monday Night Raw now.
Yep, exactly. Why?
Are you kidding me?
I'm sorry. Hold it, wait a minute, Butch Reed. Just wait a minute. I'm gonna tell you something right now. The $25,000 that I got from Ric Flair for the North American Heavyweight Champion, I gave him the money back. I don't want anything to do with you.
Right.
I don't want anything to do with Ric Flair. You all can beat each other to death. As far as I'm concerned, you can win the World Heavyweight title. Hey, let me tell you something, Slater. You a lie, and you full of something I can't say on TV. But sucker, I'm gonna tell you this. This is the best shot you're gonna get all night. So you better take it right now. Here.
Please hit me.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is one explosive situation.
Oh, man.
Look at Slater.
Yeah.
That's dope right there, man. That's some
old man.
Hey, man. Who said Ricky Smooth found that?
Ricky Smooth found that.
Hey, Ricky Smooth, shout out to you, dude. And once the We Coming For You Cast shirts coming out, you get one. You just got to pay for shit.
You're right, Red. That's what we said. You just got to pay for shipping. That's all. I'm pretty sure that's what we said last time. You just got to pay for shipping. So we got you. Yeah, man. I mean, like you said, man, the 3 to 5 minutes that was in that video was way better than Monday Night Raw right now. Come on, man.
What the hell is going on with that? I know again, Ricky Smooth, appreciate it. But what the hell is going on the side? It's time for another one of these. It's time for another one of these. Rated RS. What in the hell is going on with Monday Night Raw? I don't watch it. I can't. I've YouTubed it. I watch it on YouTube. It's trash. It's trash. Who watches this? It's so bad, people. It's so bad. Paul Heyman is throwing shade on it on Talking Smack. Telling the damn story is trash. What the hell are they doing over there, man? Yeah. RVS, what are they doing? What are they doing? Are they really? What the fuck?
Hey, man, I haven't watched a full episode. Man, as a matter of fact, I haven't watched any part of Monday Night Raw except for what they put on Instagram in probably like a year and a half.
Dude.
Probably a year and a half. Like it's but number one, it's 3 hours long, right?
Yeah.
If it's gonna be 3 hours long, you would expect it not to be so terrible. Right. At the very least, that's the bar. The bar is at it shouldn't be bad. I should want to watch the hour and a half of actual content and probably the hour and a half of commercials and be okay with that. Dude, if it's actually good. Because the bad part is too. So I went to KC this past weekend.
Right.
And shout out to my homies at KC. Shout out to my homies that got engaged. Tony and Yamel. Shout out to them. They got engaged this weekend. But throughout the weekend, like a lot of people have been watching the A&E biographies of folks in WWE. Right. And the Hidden Treasures joint. The one thing, as I'm sitting down and talking to my homies that ain't watching no more, the one thing that they all have in common is just like, when WWE was good, it was a few things. It was funny.
Mm-hmm.
It was, like intense, and it was popular.
Yeah.
WWE is none of those things right now.
No, not at all.
That's USA. Why it's trash.
Not on USA. They're doing some things right on SmackDown. I gotta give them that. But,
Absolutely.
But Monday Night Raw is not good, bro. Like, when the NFL season comes back around, they ass in trouble. I'm not why I do. We might see Raw. I think if they don't get their shit together over there, they might see some of the lowest ratings they probably have ever seen.
So I think part of the problem with WWE is the fact, and this is the thing that they're marketing themselves on, and like they kind of making their business deals on and stuff like that, is the fact that for the most part, the WWE / pro wrestling audience will watch Monday Night Raw regardless, right? So the people, like as the ratings dwindle down, you're gonna get to a point. I feel like you're gonna get to a point where they just kind of level off. They might level off in the point twos, in the point threes, maybe even the point ones. But you have that contingent of fans that are going to watch regardless.
But how do you watch? Like, okay, so at a particular point, I thought I was one of those people. But I cannot sit here and watch this shit for 3 hours. I literally can do something else more productive in my life than to sit here and it's not good, bro. Prime example. Like I just said, I could. There's 3 hours of my life that there's Monday Night Raw on a Monday. There's 3.
Yep.
I sat and watched the Snyder's cut of the Justice League, and that son of a bitch was 4 hours long. And do you think there was something else I could have done? Yes, there was.
Absolutely.
But at a certain point of that movie, it got really good, and I was interested. Mm-hmm. There is nothing besides the hurt bit with Bobby Lashley and MVP that I really give a damn about. Like I don't and that's borderline in my opinion because I'm tired of seeing Drew McIntyre for like the umpteenth time.
Exactly. Yes. Right. And honestly, that's the part of Raw that I watch on Instagram.
Right.
When MVP and Bobby Lashley come out with the VIP lounge.
Yeah.
The VIP lounge
for the umpteenth time.
Yes, right. I'm like that's the only thing I watch. That's it.
Right.
That's it.
You know, I had an idea and I put it in the groupie chat, but I'm gonna make it public, y'all. With what they need to do with Bobby Lashley. I know everybody, y'all know if you're paying attention right now to social media right now, and everything else is going on Instagram. There's one by the name of Kevin Samuels who's really popular right now. Wouldn't it be funny to get some shit going on with Bobby Lashley since he's the champion. Wouldn't it be funny if Bobby Lashley had like a skit where he would do the Kevin Samuels shit and have people call in, and since we call Bobby Lashley the king of white women, and then he'll have like random black women call in. Like, if you imagine, like, okay, so like Nia Jax called in and he comes and talks about her, you know what I'm saying? Wouldn't that shit be funny? No, you can't overtalk me. I will shut this shit up. Get them likes up. You know, shit like that. Like Bobby Lashley talk about, you know, I'm not going to get into Kevin Samuels. But if you want to know Kevin Samuels, could you imagine if they did that shit with Bobby Lashley and he had random women calling in and he would be fucking treat them like shit?
Man, the simple fact that this is more than likely crossed no one's mind in WWE, that nobody is that plugged in to culture that they didn't say, at least even if it ain't Bobby Lashley, somebody black black need to be on the show. They can even, you know what, they can even bring on R-Truth and make it really fucking ridiculous and just make him say the most ridiculous shit, put him in a suit, and he'd be sitting there with the little thing that go back and forth, the little thing that spin around.
And he got the little soundboard, he presses different sound effects and shit. Dog, if anyone from WWE is listening, you all need to find somebody to do a Kevin Samuels parody in there, and yes. It would be some funny shit. But get somebody who knows what they're talking about with it. Exactly, like, don't get somebody that don't know. Like, they're gonna look at Kevin Samuels one time and say, okay, I got it. No, this motherfucker has to be religiously watching it and know what he's saying. Get them likes up.
Because again, in the Attitude Era, they would have done that.
Oh, they would have did that shit. They would have did that. They would have did that.
Which is also crazy, because if you think about the era that we're in right now, like the Attitude Era, they were just like, yo, we want to be like Jerry Springer.
Yeah.
We want to be like all these crazy Fear Factor, all these other shows. The fact that they're not tuned in to memes and tuned into like what's going on YouTube and all this stuff, like it, to me, that's a no-brainer. Yeah. Like wrestling, pro wrestling has always been about parodying and latching on to pop culture. That's why you had wrestling matches with damn Freddy Krueger versus Jason, or in WWF, we showed it a few episodes ago with the Wrestling Ninja Turtles and RoboCop. RoboCop on WCW.
Oh, wait a minute, I forgot about the Wrestling Ninja Turtles.
Yes, we showed the Wrestling Ninja Turtles from Texas.
Oh God. I don't know how we made it through that.
I don't think we did. I think that was the end of the show. But we gave them an award. But the fact that you don't have somebody at WWE that's just like, hey, one of the writers just like, you know what?
We need to do that.
Otis need to be somebody from a meme. Flat out. He need to be somebody from a meme, or just like looking around like, hey, they need to be something.
Easy.
Come on, man.
But at the end of the day, we know who signs off on that shit, and we know he is not looking at that. At this point now, man, I think he's just trying to find a way out.
That was the thing. That was the thing I was going to mention. So with the built-in audience, the thing that they've been predicating a lot of their business deals off of recently is the fact that pro wrestling or WWE really has a built-in audience. You know what I'm saying? Has a built-in consistent audience. Okay. So not, it ain't the sixes and all that it was in the Attitude Era, but really, a lot of people ain't getting ratings like that no more.
That's true.
But what they took the Fox and what they took the Peacock was, especially Peacock, because Peacock really didn't have a shit ton of subscribers when they started up, and they was like, look, we have I don't remember the number, but it's like we have like 1.9 million people who watch all of our television shows every week.
Right.
Peacock is like, oh hell yeah, here's a check.
Yeah,
because it was like, and they all subscribe to the network.
Right.
Well, 1 million people didn't subscribe to the network, but they were just like, yo, you got NBC shows, right? Watch Saturday Night Live. There's probably some cross section of people that used to watch wrestling that will, because they got old wrestling on it. And it's just like,
that's true.
Here's $1 billion. Cool.
Right. Yeah. Well, he owned all the damn tape library just about, so Makes sense. If you get him fucking $1 billion just off of some tape library, yeah, here you go. And then my content, what I got down, yeah, here you go, take it.
Right. And I ain't editing none of it.
None of
y'all,
it.
y'all
edit
and
this
then run out the room before they realize they got to edit like 3/4 of it. So speaking of editing 3/4 of WWE content, Dark Scribe has a few questions for the podcast.
Sure.
Dark Scribe,
what's up, Dark Scribe?
Before said, so he says, has some more questions for our great podcast. So thank you for shouting us out for our great podcast. But his question is, so what really happened with Velveteen Dream, and does he deserve a second chance?
Okay, so the funny thing is that I've watched Velveteen Dream since kind of his beginnings in WWE. Yep. I've actually interacted with him on Twitter when he was on Tough Enough. Yep. So just kind of trying to see the humble beginnings of where he coming from. I thought that the stars was the limit. I mean, the sky was the limit for this guy. You know, once he got that, he was Patrick Clark. You know, he studied the business, had a great look, good body style, great wrestler, great worker, can talk. All he needed was a character. Boom, found it. Probably one of the best and most different characters you've probably seen outside of, for us, a Shaq value of like a Goldust at the time. That's right. This was like, he was Prince, basically. Yeah. No one's ever done that. And he took it to the head. Right. I don't know, man. It's unfortunate about what the news that we heard about him. And I read what I read, saw what I saw. Man, I guess the only thing you can just say is when certain situations like that, you just got to be smarter than what you're doing, man. Like, exactly. Got to be smart. Yes. I'm not trying to here to place blame on nobody in anything like that, unless because I don't have all the facts. If I know all the facts, then yeah, I can give you an award or do a rated R rant. But I don't have all the facts. RVS might, but from what I saw, that wasn't smart, man. Your career. I mean, we don't know what was really going on backstage with him trying to doing whatever. I mean, I know they still had him on NXT, and I know so that basically means they had some type of confidence in him. Right. But the shit that you got into, it just wasn't smart. It's kind of like the same with when they let the air out of the tires for Enzo Amore. That shit he got into. Plus, on top of the fact that, he thought he was big shit in the locker room, which is what I heard. I'm not saying that. I thought he was cool. I don't know the real him, but with the shit he got into, just got him in a bigger fucking web, and at some, when you these high profile athletes and stuff, man, sometimes you just got to be smarter than what you're doing. Again, I'm not in y'all shoes and I get all of that, but at a certain point, you just got to be smart, Yep.
100%, man. That's what I take away from it as well. He posted, after he got released, he posted a big long Instagram post or whatever it was about what happened. Right. You know what I'm saying? So basically the TLDR, long story short of it, is he had been helping out, basically he opened his DMs, mistake number one. Right. But he was actually out talking to people from his side of it. He said that he was talking to people who wanted to be pro wrestlers and trying to give them advice and help them out.
And that's noble. I respect that.
That's fine. Right. When it gets into the murky territory, is he even admitted when he will be talking about people's body types and shit like that, it was based on, building up for pro wrestling, blah, 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 blah. In his words, basically the people that he was sending messages to, cut up some of his messages, twisted up what he was saying. Yeah, he was. I think we played it on the show where he actually sent the voice message to this young guy, and he was just like, "Yo, he twisted it up, blah 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 blah." Whatever, man. At the end of the day, you can't do that shit. Yeah. Yeah. We listened to. We just talked about this with New Jack with. When he was mad at Balls Mahoney, and him and Balls Mahoney almost came to blows on an interview because he told him, "Hey man, you are out here with these marks too heavy. You out here with these fans too heavy. You are a star. You cannot. You cannot do certain things anymore.
Good point. Good point.
So does he deserve a second chance? I don't know, man. Now it's in the court of public opinion or the court of Vince McMahon / Triple H, man. Only they can decide. And only they can decide if they are willing, if his talent and his ability to follow a gimmick is worth the PR hit at this point.
I will see, man. I'm all for somebody making comeback stories. I don't want to believe that shit, that people twisting it out to be. But Patrick Clark, man, just to tell you, just off the top of my head, I'm just off the cuff, man. So there's an old saying. If there's something that you're good at, don't give it away for free. I'm gonna leave it at that, bro.
100%. There you go.
I get you want to help people, but at a certain point, when you reach a certain level, the struggle that you went through and the hardship that you had to go through. At some point, somebody's going to go that same road.
Yep.
And you can't really help them.
Exactly. Yep. 100%. So we're gonna move in to
and hold up before all you damn indie stars get pissy at me. No, I'm not trying. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying, like, don't get mad at me. Don't shoot the messenger. At a certain point, these stars look out for themselves. That's why you have certain stars that are in WWE now, and that's where they are. Just saying, and that's just saying in wrestling. That's in fucking United. That's in America. We live in a capitalistic society. That is how you succeed. That is how you survive. Think I'm bullshitting.
Well, I mean, if anybody, especially any indie wrestlers or anybody like that get mad at you, they haven't learned the game yet. And, hey, man, you're gonna learn. You're gonna learn flat out. Like look. You are an independent contractor.
Hey, and I'm not trying to. And hell, I'm not trying to disrespect you by saying that. I know I ain't, like I said, the only time I've been in a goddamn ring was at fucking a fan fest. So I haven't took a bump a day in my life. But I do know a little bit about this thing called life. And a lot of y'all, I think I'm a little bit older and more experienced in life than I am than you. So kind of been through some shit. Not saying you have, but I think I lived a little bit longer.
Right, exactly. So moving on to this last comment. So this was on the episode. I think this might be on the mailbag episode.
Okay.
But Lady Baconator came back and left a comment. And Lady Baconator said, so this was in response to Rated R's critique of Asuka and her character. Lady Baconator said, Rated R was just basically like, hey, I like what I like. Don't get mad at me for like what I like. This ain't nothing racial. This ain't nothing cultural.
No, I like what I like. It wasn't her yelling and we talked about that. It's not my cup of tea.
Yeah,
I'm not knocking what anything Asuka has done in her career or what she's doing now. She's phenomenal. I'm not knocking Asian culture at all. I cannot knock a minority when I'm one my fucking self. I'm not. I didn't say any of that, but continue.
Yes, so Lady Baconator said, I would like to make it clear that I did not mean to insult you for not liking Asuka's broken English. I thought that you were mocking her, but I was wrong, and I will admit to being wrong. It was not intended as an attack on preference. I just see wrestling fans be prejudiced toward foreign wrestlers like Asuka and Andrade just because they don't speak perfect English, and it led to my judgment to be clouded. It wasn't fair to you guys, and I apologize for it.
An apology from you two. There's got to be a first.
Yeah.
Lady Baconator, apology accepted. I appreciate that. It takes an adult to do that. I don't even know what your age is, but I appreciate your apology and thank you for understanding where I was coming from as well too. And I'm sorry if what I said came across it seemed like it came off that way. We cool.
Yes, yeah, we cool, man. Hey, listen, we come for you, Cass community.
Yeah.
I'm glad that we can hash things out.
Yeah,
and just be like, hey, we are all one. Let's get out here and watch wrestling and kick it together, man. That's a good thing, man. So let's get into this news. So we got a ton of news, man. So first of all, I want to say shout out to Lio Rush, man. Lio Rush just recently announced his retirement
Yeah.
professional wrestling, man.
Yeah.
Right after debuting on AEW.
AEW. So did he sign a contract and then say, "Yeah, I'm done"?
No, so apparently what happened is, okay, he was under contract with New Japan. He is under contract with New Japan, right?
Okay.
New Japan and AEW are trading folks back and forth. Basically, when he came out on Double or Nothing, so Double or Nothing usually has the Casino Battle Royal.
Okay.
And the rules, it's a dope concept on the dope take on the Battle Royal. Basically, what they do is they have every wrestler in the Battle Royal draw a card, like a from a deck of cards. Whichever suit that card is in, that determines what order they come out. Okay. And like all of them come out, they don't come out at one time, they come out like one after another, but they basically come out in a group. Right. So it's like on the screen, they randomly, quote unquote, pick a suit. Okay. And basically everybody that has that suit comes out. But they have one card, which is the Joker. And the Joker is usually just somebody who ain't in AEW. Well, I mean, they've only had 3 of them so far. Right. But so far it was like Matt Sydal was it one year. I can't remember who was the first one. Right. But yeah, Lio Rush was that. So according to Tony Khan, him and Lio Rush had a handshake deal. Basically, they were working out the details of him coming over full time. Either in the Battle Royal or before it, Lio Rush got hurt.
Okay.
So he actually I had a shoulder / collarbone injury. Basically, his shoulder was completely detached from his like collarbone. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So he's basing his retirement on the fact that he's still he's a kid, man. He's like 22 years old, number one. And he was basically saying, he has 2 young kids. He just got married. And at the end of the day, he's still in the quote unquote indies. I don't think New Japan got no insurance and nothing like that. But he was just like, other than he still has some contractual dates with New Japan. When he heals up, he's gonna do that, and then he's done with wrestling. Just to preserve his body, to preserve his mind, and really focus in. And apparently, he saved his money.
Good, so good for him.
He's just like, yo, be here for his family, man. What you got on that?
Yeah, no, shout out to you, man. You got in, did what you need to do, and get on out. I hate it's unfortunate you got hurt because I could have seen you doing some big things for AEW.
Yeah.
Hell, when you was on motherfucking Monday Night Raw and doing this shit with Lashley, that shit was cool. You know what I'm saying? Like
exactly.
I think they dropped the ball with that cat. Minus the fact, what was the story of why he left? Wasn't it something else? Another reason?
Yeah. So part of the story was like because he was like a rookie, because he was young, it was supposed to be like the whole pay your dues thing. Okay. And he was just basically like, nah, I ain't about to do that. And he got into it with Mark Henry. Mark Henry was like, hey man, you got to do X, Y, and Z. That's just what it is. And Lio Rush, was just like, again, being a young dude. I mean, we gave him.
That's right. We talked about it.
We talked about it on this show. We were just like, Leo, man, you can't be talking to Mark Henry like that. He'll beat your ass. But again, again, we talked about it at the time. He's like, he might actually be like 24, 25 now. So I think he was like 22 at that time. You know what I'm saying? So it's like young kid, man.
Yeah, that's right. We did a whole segment about that. And I think apparently him and Mark Henry actually settled it at AEW because they
settled it backstage,
which was going to be in. We're probably going to talk about it in the news, but Mark Henry is in AEW now, guys.
Exactly.
As an announcer, and I think Lio Rush said that they talked it out. They settled their differences. So
both Leo and Mark confirmed that they hashed it out. So that was good. I'm at least glad that they did that on his way out of the business. Honestly, man, I think especially with Lio Rush's mic skills, I think he could probably come back if he wanted to do commentary, if he wanted to be a manager, if he wanted to do the full-time like manager role like he did for Lashley. I think he could easily do that. Man, I started watching Lio Rush at Ring of Honor.
Okay.
When and like he was a legit like teenager back then, but he was cold. Right. He was cold at Ring of Honor. I think I told y'all on the group me like, y'all gotta watch out for this dude Lio Rush. He's gonna be the next dude. So for me it hurts because I've been a fan of his for a while. But he also has other things going. He got the music going. He was just on what was it? I think like one of them MTV challenge shows.
Oh, okay.
basically this cat, he could write his own ticket, and I can see him, you know, leaving wrestling, going into maybe acting or doing like more challenges or stuff like that.
Right.
Reality TV,
right.
whatever, man.
And you know what? I've never asked you this. I'm gonna ask this. What is your opinion, or how do you feel about pro wrestlers making a foundation name or brand of themselves, making themselves a brand, and then reaching out and dominating other avenues? Of course, we got The Rock. Of course, we got Batista now. Cena's on that same train. Hogan ass did it. How do you feel? How do you feel about it? I've never asked you that. Like
that's a good question. Yeah, we never talked about that. Man, I like it, man.
Okay.
I am not mad at it 100%. You know what I'm saying? Especially because of how difficult wrestling is.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because of the toll that it has on people's bodies. I know that, you know, people, you know, pro wrestlers always talk about loving pro wrestling. And Eddie Kingston actually just got in a little bit of trouble for this, because he went on a podcast and basically said, yo, y'all bring, like, basically talking about the WWE Performance Center, like, y'all bringing in all these people who did other things and bring them into pro wrestling, and they don't have a love for it or whatever. And he was like, yo, I'll tell you this right now. I had a good ass union job and left that to come pro wrestling. He was like, yo, I was making $50, $60, $70 an hour in my union job, and I left it to come be a pro wrestler with all the, you know, struggle and all of that into it. And, you know, this is basically giving a critique of that. And then people jumped on him. He was like, look, man, hey, you can say whatever you want. But at the end of the day, man, pro wrestling is a business.
Yep.
It's number one, it's show business.
Yes.
Show business.
Yep.
It's only natural. I think most pro wrestlers, especially, you know, anybody that say that they love pro wrestling, they love show business.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They're entertainers. They want to go entertain. If they can't wrestle no more, they're going to go be in a movie. And a lot of these cats are just making the jump on the can't wrestle no more.
Gotcha.
You know, in my opinion, what you think about it?
I'm all for trying to make a brand for yourself and, you know, branch out. You know, it's kind of like, you know, NFL running backs. NFL players, man, you only got so many numbers on your bump card. And I'm talking like I know about it. I don't, but this is a physically taxing sports or activity that you're doing over half the year, over 3/4 of the year. You're never at home. You're on the, well, now you're about to get back on the road. At first, you was just back and forth at the Thunderdome, but it's a taxing and a hard thing to do. And it's been a lot. I'm sure a lot of these, you know, newer superstars now have seen some of the old grizzled vets where, you know, wrestling was all they had after that, and that was it. And they've learned from those mistakes. That's why you're seeing a lot of these cats come in with high level degrees. I'm a PhD. I'm sorry, that's another Kevin Samuels reference. I'm sorry, y'all. No, they coming in with degrees. They have plan Bs and plan Cs, and on, you know, having their own.
Hey, shout out to Britt Baker, current AEW Women's Champion, who go home during the week and is an actual dentist that I can get on my insurance. No, like, dude, it's the same thing.
You in this thing called life now. You gotta have a backup plan for us, your finances now. You have to. You have to. And they're just doing the right thing. Like, if you believe in your brand, you can build yourself up like what The Rock did to do. I mean, it was getting to the point where I know he was doing I think he was doing like different, he started going to different dentists and stuff to make sure his teeth was good before he went into Hollywood. I mean, if you're gonna have to make an exit strategy, man. You're not gonna be able to keep doing this shit all your life unless you want to. But it doesn't. But it's on paper. It's already on film. You see what happened to these cats when they kept doing it. You know, you work in someplace. It's good money, but you ain't got no damn insurance. There ain't no 401k. You're getting your ass whooped all the time. You got no creative control. A motherfucker is out of tune with what's going on outside. It ain't a good look. Like, it's supposed to sound like a place I would want to. If you refer me to this shit on LinkedIn, I'm like, yeah, I'm making some good amount of money, but at a certain point, this shit is gonna be some bullshit. Oh yeah,
I got no retirement.
I can let go of your ass at any given time too. Now, yeah, the world gonna know about it probably before your ass do.
Right. Ain't no retirement plan. from wrestling. You have to do all of that. And then also make sure that you save your money. Make sure that you make good investments. Now, I know that that's a thing that people normally have to do, but you know, most people that go to work, they got benefits. Right. They got a, like you said, a 401k or a pension. Right. A lot of these wrestlers should have had pensions. If they were still working in union jobs like Eddie Kingston, they would be retired right now with a pension. Yep. And you know, I think honestly, when you look at people that leave wrestling and go into acting, they're making probably the best business decision they can, because now they're moving somewhere that is in a union, that does have benefits, that does have retirement, that gives you residuals. Now, I will say this. And it's not to fault the wrestlers. Right. But I will say that it sucks when the cats leave and do these things when Vince still got his hand in the pot.
Yeah.
When Vince McMahon is executive producer of the Scorpion King for no reason.
Hold on. We're about to prove that, people. Hold on. I got it.
Vince McMahon is executive producer of the Scorpion King for no reason other than The Rock being in the movie for 5 minutes.
You're right.
The Rock ain't in that movie but 5 minutes.
Wait a minute, y'all. Wait a minute. I can't. Damn, man. This is some. So The Rock in his earliest career.
Yep.
This is The Rock, Walking Tall. Good movie, man. It wasn't bad.
Who's the executive producer of that movie?
Keith Samples and Vince McMahon.
Why? Why is Vince McMahon executive producer? Vince McMahon, what? Look at, there it is. There it is. Vince McMahon. Why is he executive producer of a movie? He wasn't on set. He didn't give nobody no direction on the set. He didn't put no money into it. He didn't tell everybody. He didn't think about the worldwide distribution of the movie. No, he said, "Yo, my employee who ain't really my employee is in the movie."
But in The Rock's case, I find it funny that Karma's a bitch. Karma's a bitch. He did all this shit at the beginning of The Rock, and I know the Rock probably he respected it because he was born in the business, and it, you know, the lifestyle that he had was actually provided by Vince because his dad was in pro wrestling. Yep. But I find it funny that a global pandemic basically derailed a football franchise that was being successful, and then all of a sudden the motherfucker that you was executive producers for has bought your shit.
Ooh, wait. That's some karma.
That's some karma for your ass, man.
I bet you. Right. I bet you in the back of Rock mind, he was like, yeah, I got this motherfucker. So, man, I mean, I think it's a good segue and a bad segue into a bunch of the releases that WCW made.
That's a good back segue.
Damn. So we haven't been around to talk about this yet, but Braun Strowman, Aleister Black, Buddy Murphy, Lana, Ruby Riott, and Santana Garrett all got released randomly one day.
Why Braun Strowman? That one I was like, okay, what in the fuck is going on?
Yeah. I mean, that was what everybody was saying, but word on the street is that he was basically making too much money, because what he did was when his last contract was about to be up, he negotiated. I think I want to say it was like, it was a couple million with you know, plus merchandising, plus like some other stuff. So like a big time deal. He basically negotiated a big time deal, like making way more than everybody else. Like probably on maybe not even on the level of a Legends deal, but somewhat like a Legends deal. Okay. So the word on the street is that they cut him in order to free up some room, free up the bottom line, basically. And a lot of these things, so I actually pulled this up.
Was he making the money? Like was there a return on the investment? I mean, it had to be.
I don't know if he was making what he was making.
So his merch sales. Oh man, this is just it's fucked up. His merch sales, everyone's merch sales have got to be on a downfall right now because of the pandemic. They got to be on record lows. They have to. They have to be. Right. So I don't understand. Like he was still Strowman was a draw, man. He was just starting to fucking get going.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. He was a draw, but he renegotiated before Rona as well. His contract was up before Rona.
Okay.
So, like if his merchandising was on the fall, if all of this, they were about to go back on the road, if he wasn't making that money back in Rona, they probably got rid of him just to free up some cap space. Now, I wouldn't say it's out of the realm of possibility that they would like bring him back on with like a pay cut.
Know.
Or once they start touring,
and we don't know. We don't. That's one thing. That's one thing that we need to kind of take in consideration, guys. Yeah. We sit here, we making all these speculations about, and we really don't know shit. Triple H said that shit. We don't. Yeah. We just this is our opinion. We don't know. We just
now. Yeah. What we do know is that WWE is making a lot of moves in the corporate office, right?
Okay.
So not only did they release a bunch of wrestlers, but they released a bunch of positions like in their digital division, like a lot of redundancy that they had from WWE Network now that they have the Peacock deal.
Sure.
They've also,
unfortunately,
yes, exactly. They also elected a few like big name people, or probably not big name people, but like influential business people, I will say, to their board of directors. Okay. So they got the Hawks, the Atlanta Hawks CEO, and former ESPN exec on their board of directors now, and the WWE president and chief revenue officer Nick Khan. So Nick Khan is the guy that everybody's kind of talking about right now. He's making a lot of moves. He was actually talking to New Japan for some reason that about a partnership, or allegedly it might be just like so Daniel Bryan can work some dates over there or whatever. But apparently this dude Nick Khan is making a lot of moves to like eliminate waste, to free up the bottom line, to do all of these things. Hearing all these moves that they're making in the front office and releasing people and all that, what you got on what WWE is doing right now?
Sell. Man, they trying to sell, man. I think they trying to sell somebody.
Bingo.
You bringing in different investors and stuff like that, and you letting go top talent that was probably borderlines in 7 figures. That's a sell. Maybe they trying to. Are they trying to lower the stock price so it can be bought at a certain number? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. We've all speculated. This is speculation again. We all speculated that Vince is trying to find a way out. Right. Again, we thought the way out that he was going to have was going to be the XFL. And there's still no question in my mind that if there wasn't no pandemic, it would have been the XFL. We're in St. Louis. We Battle Hawks fans, cacaw, #cacaw. But y'all, and again, we don't have an NFL franchise anymore. Stan Kroenke. The XFL was running like wildfire here. It was crazy. It was hot. We was selling. We was damn near selling out the dome like it was like an NFL game. And then Rona brought his bitch ass up in here and shut that shit down. So I think just Vince is just trying to find his way out. Yep. And it's just funny that all of this shit that he's done in the past is coming back, and it's to stop. But Vince is smart, man. If there's anybody that's a smart businessman, that dude, you know what he doing. So I ain't gonna say, oh, you should do this, you should do that. Well, my damn ass do not know.
Yeah, I read somewhere, somebody actually brought up a good point, man. Like, for as crazy as things are, as trash as things are right now, we have to remember that Vince is a visionary.
Yes.
And not just a wrestling visionary, but just like the reason why he's able to get $1 billion from NBC and Fox at the same time is because the man understands television. He understands TV. He understands pay-per-view. He knew when to get out of pay-per-view.
Yep.
Think about that for a second. He created the WWE network just in time before pay-per-view sales and all them shits was going away.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Vince at 75 years old, he might not be worried about booking a wrestling show. And he's basically like, look, y'all do whatever them writers tell you. I'm gonna be over here because he's over there making that break. He's over there still having the foresight to see. Basically, he's turning WWE into not a wrestling company, not a sports entertainment company, but a content company.
Yep.
There's people are out here saying like, yo, they kind of want to sell to Disney and be like Marvel, be like Star Wars, like you go to Disney World and there's like a Mankind Mick Foley roller coaster.
Dude, no, that's news here. I forgot that's new. What you just said, they're doing that in Universal Studios. I told you. So, Universal Studios is making a brand new park next to Islands of. They're making a third park, part of their resort, and the WWE Hall of Fame will be there. They're building a physical WWE Hall of Fame in Universal Studios. They're doing that. It's already been people. I've listened to it, and I got this information from the Keeping It 100 from one of the people who listen to Keeping It 100 Conan podcast. They are building the WWE Hall of Fame in Orlando. It's going to be, it's no longer going to be like this place we don't speak of. It's going to be a physical place now. And it's going to be at Universal Studios. It's crazy.
See, there you go. And those that if you really look at it, like that's the stuff that's on Vince's mind. He could give two shits less about what happens on Raw because you know what? 1 million people gonna watch anyway.
This is what I'm afraid of. This is what I'm afraid of. It's and we touch on this all the time.
Yep.
Is the sustainability of pro wrestling.
Yep.
WWE, I feel like speculating. I feel like maybe a good chunk, let's say maybe 30%, maybe 30 close to 35% of its profits is from older material. You know, it's they're still living off of Bruno Sammartino, Hulk Hogan, Stone Cold, The Rock, Cena, Undertaker. But they haven't been replenished yet. Now, granted, you know, the times have changed, but one company, several companies that don't have that issue, and they're still afloat. Sure, the TV sales are down because of the way content is being consumed now. Right. But you don't see NBA, NFL,
right?
MLB was borderline, but I guess they figured it out. And I know NHL had some issue, but let's say NBA, NFL, they're constantly bringing in new talent. You know, UFC is learning that now.
Yep,
they're bringing in new talent. Boxing has figured that out now. The boxing is one of the best divisions that we've had in a while. You got Earl Spence, you got Terrence Crawford. You got Wilder and Fury that just had another press conference for the third fight. You got Anthony Joshua. You got fucking Pacquiao fighting. And there's other new stars that's coming up. WWE has to get the thing figured out with getting these brand new stars up to that mega star level. I think not Cena. I think Reigns has just hit his stride. But look how long that took. You know what I mean? If it takes that long for somebody to get to that point,
right?
You don't have a problem. And again, who is going to come back? Who is the Yang to Roman Reigns Yang? Who's his balance? I don't know yet. They're still trying to figure that out.
Yeah.
And there's no excuse for them not to be good at that because that's what they've been doing. That's what they've been. They're Vince's own. It's pro wrestling. They should know how to do that. And to me, I always say they rode that John Cena train just a little bit too long. And I'm just no disrespect to Cena. He was, that's what's bringing in people and that's what's selling. Yo, man, he helped feeding everybody else. I get it, but I just feel like that thing went too long until they made somebody else. So that's my diatribe over there. My bad.
Hey, no, you good, man. I mean, honestly, you know, the fact that John Cena and Randy Orton never fought at WrestleMania tells you everything you need to know. We talking about, and they fought a million times.
Yeah,
but never in the main event of WrestleMania. We talking about the two. Those two guys are the markers of their era. Now, Randy Orton era is still going. And Randy, you know, Randy probably gonna be out here for a minute. But those were the two young cats at the time. That was the Warrior Hogan at the time. That was the Rock Stone Cold at the time.
Right.
And they never pulled the trigger on it because they wanted. I don't even know what Vince wanted Cena to ultimately do.
Right.
But I don't know. You know what? I think part of it was because at the time, I think Vince McMahon still really cared about WWE and like making a star. And because Cena was the first top star in a long time that was just like, I'm a company man. Since
Austin. Yeah.
Since I mean, even Austin went home.
Yeah.
Even Austin went home because he didn't want to fight Brock Lesnar with no buildup.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I like one of the things that I'm getting from watching all the Dark Side of the Ring episodes and all the A&E biographies is that, you know, Vince has his own ego, but he's had to deal with a lot of egos over the years. He's had to deal with a lot of cats that was just like, once they hit a certain level, they was just like, my shit don't stink no more, nigga. I am that dude, and you gonna give me John Cena ain't do none of that. John Cena went to every event that he was told. He did everything that he was told. Even when he was vocal about, yo, I need dance partners, he still went out there and did everything he was told.
Right.
And now, you know, John Cena is in his late 40s. Is John Cena 50? You know what I'm saying? He might be getting close. Yeah. Only now that he's past that age of being like, you know, the top guy wrestler, only now that he's out here doing movies, doing TV shows, he surpassed Rock. You know what I'm saying? Rock, he stayed around longer than Rock. John Cena reign has been like 15 years.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can only say that about who else? Bruno Sammartino.
Yep.
So, you know what I'm saying? And I think even with Reigns, when Reigns at the beginning of the Rona was just like, hey man, I'm sitting out. I mean, he's immunocompromised, Vince. He had leukemia. Like, no, he can't be out here in the global pandemic.
Right.
But I think that Vince was butthurt because Roman Reigns did that shit.
Right.
And if you look at it, that's why Cena was on top. That's why he didn't get a ball to nobody else or let somebody else had it. I mean, even you talk about Edge. Edge got hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like, you see all of these other, like Randy, for better or for worse, you know, Randy Orton would either be hurt or, you know, Randy would be Randy, and he would just be like, look, I'm gonna smoke weed today and fuck you. Side note, real quick story. So I read recently that I can't remember who, it was somebody else telling the story, but they were saying, like, you remember when Randy Orton got popped, like he has like 2 wellness violations. So basically, if he ever get another wellness violation, they gotta fire him.
They have to fire him. Okay.
They have to fire him, right? So this person, another wrestler, basically said what they started doing was they would find out how many drug tests they would be given that year. And basically it was like, if you didn't take a drug test, you had to pay a fine. And they would just be like, oh, for real, it's gonna be 3 random drug tests. Oh, okay, hold on. All right, here you go. Here it is. Just take it. And they just pay it at the beginning.
Because I'm gonna be smoking. Oh, wait, this is so apropos. I'm trying to find this. I miss my soundboard, man. I miss my fucking soundboard. So Randy Orton said, just cash me outside. How about that?
Yep.
Hold on, man. Where is this shit at? You're going to have to do an edit. You're going to have to do it.
Oh.
Weed. Come on now. And
then you come on TV, you come on national TV. Oh, Stephen A, he got to look out. Look out for what? Weed? Weed? Really? You can't smoke weed. Period. Weed. Stay off the weed. Who are you, Snoop Dogg in a green room? I mean, what the hell is going on? You want to sit there and stay on the weed, and you can't stay off the weed.
Stay off
millions of dollars, and you can't stay off
the weed. Millions of dollars.
Because you want to.
That's it. Randy Orton was like, nope, I can't stay off the weed. Here you go.
Hey, ready. Stay off the weed.
Well, speaking of Randy, man, I think this is a very, very good segment or segue into You Can't Spell Wrestling.
Yes.
STL.
That's right, bro. We got some good news here, boy. We got some good news here.
We got some great news here.
We are going to be there. I was just down there not too long ago.
Yes, yes. So, wrestling at the Chase. Now, if you ain't from St. Louis, you've seen something on WWE talk about the St. Louis wrestling territory.
Yep.
Sam Munchnick was the promoter back in the day. The St. Louis territory was actually influential in WWE, of Vince McMahon buying WWF. There was a podcast called Business Wars where they talked about the wars of WWF versus WCW. Well, apparently, the day that Vince McMahon scheduled the meeting with his father to buy the WWF from him, they were doing a TV taping at the Chase Park Plaza in St. Louis, Missouri, wrestling at the Chase. Wow. So there will probably eventually be a WWF and a WWE, but that happened here, St. Louis.
Yes, it did.
Which makes sense, man. They come back to St. Louis all the time.
Yeah.
And that's why it's very instrumental. But wrestling at the Chase is coming back. So the NWA, run by Billy Corgan, frontman of Smashing Pumpkins, is bringing it back to the Chase Park Plaza for the first time in 37 years. So they're basically going to be doing 2 pay-per-views. So they're going to be doing just one normal NWA pay-per-view.
Yep.
They're also going to be doing an all-women's pay-per-view booked by Mickie James.
That's dope.
And then 2 other television tapings for NWA Power.
Yep.
4 days in a row, all at the Chase Park Plaza in St. Louis, Missouri, man. What you got on wrestling at the Chase coming back?
Marty Bell might be here, dog.
I knew it. I knew it. She's at least gonna be at the all women's pay-per-view, flat out.
Marty Bell is gonna be at the Central West End. Drunken Fish. What else is down there? What do other? There's a new restaurant across the street. We talking about. Oh, my bad. I'm talking about me. Oh, no, I think it's great. I think it's gonna be good, man. I'm happy NWA decided to go ahead and come back here to St. Louis and do this thing, man. NWA has lots of history down there, man.
Yes, yeah.
Ric Flair pretty much ran fucking St. Louis. He was NWA champion, man. It's good to see, and shout out to them for pulling the trigger on it, and shout out to St. Louis that accepted it. Like, I'm shocked they even did it. But, I mean, it's just there's so much history in pro wrestling in this city, man. It's a lot. It's a lot. I think we talked about like everything that's happened. I don't think we finished up with You Can't Spell Wrestling STL 7, but there's so many different historical things that happened here. Sting's debut, Kane's debut, Rock winning WWE Championship, the Hell in a Cell debut. What else? I'm just naming stuff that I can remember, but we not talking about what happened, years ago. Dude, it's gonna be phenomenal, man. I can't wait to see it.
You know what? So there was actually, if you go back and watch the original Bad Blood, that was the first Hell in a Cell match that took place here. I forget about this all the time, but they actually did a presentation of basically it was an NWA presentation where they honored a bunch of cats that were affiliated with WWF at the time, but like really had a stronghold here in St. Louis. They did it was like Terry Funk was there, Dory Funk was there. I can't remember who else, but it was a bunch of cats. Like basically they like in the middle of the show, just like, yo, hey, St. Louis, welcome back, welcome all these cats back, because they were instrumental in wrestling with the Chase, man.
One day we need to do on a segment is kind of when NWA and everything was at its heyday, like how much the economy flourished of when NWA was here and what businesses were established because they had to be. Like I'm talking, maybe they're gone now, but what bars and stuff and establishments that were open because fans flocked down to the Chase and around that area to hang out.
Well, so NWA was Wrestling at the Chase, the name of the TV show, was the number 2 rated show on KPLR TV channel 11.
Okay.
Right behind Cardinals baseball. So that shows you. Cass was watching the baseball because we did have football Cardinals back then. Right. The baseball Cardinals and Wrestling at the Chase. So I mean, you see just from that shows you how instrumental the Chase was. And we're talking about the Central West End. Like Central West End ain't always been that nice. You know what I'm saying? There was a time in history where the Central West End was like it wasn't a trap per se. It was like the real artsy, like cats wasn't paying no rent and they wasn't cleaning up shit. Like it was that type of place. So you know what I'm saying? Like Wrestling at the Chase bridged that gap and brought a lot of people down there. So I'm willing to bet that there was a lot of establishments down there, or really a lot of people. Hold up, we gonna take a step back. Voltron, Voltron, nigga. Voltron started in St. Louis, dog. Come on, man.
Damn.
We ain't talking about wrestling. We talking about Voltron, my nigga.
Wow. Okay.
All that. So you could watch Voltron and Ric Flair versus Dick the Bruiser and the Cardinals baseball all on the same channel because of what we had going on STL.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy. It's good to have them back. We will be in attendance, hopefully.
Yes, sir. So not only that, and that's coming in August, actually. So in November, AEW will also be doing a string of shows here as well. So before the Rona, we bought like 15 AEW tickets to go to their show. Of course, it got rescheduled, but it got the first show got rescheduled for November 5th, which is a Friday. Okay. And that's either going to be a Dynamite, like the go home show for Dynamite, or it's going to be their new show, Rampage, which is going to come on Friday nights. Okay. And then on Saturday is their next pay-per-view. Is it their next pay-per-view? I can't remember. I think it is, but it's going to be their pay-per-view, AEW Full Gear. Okay. So November 5th, November 6th are both of those events. So it's only a matter of time. WWE is going to KC early on in their road trip, but I'm pretty sure WWE is going to have a show in the middle of that. But man, tell me what you think about live wrestling coming back to the crib.
It's about damn time. No, happy for it, man. Showing the signs of life getting better. We got vaccinations rolling out. It's if you took the right precautions and everything, it's time. I can't even remember the last show we damn near went to. Like, was our last show WrestleMania?
It might have been.
It might have been.
It might have been WrestleMania.
I think that last show
I think it was WrestleMania.
Was it WrestleMania?
That was WrestleMania 2 years ago because we skipped New York.
What was before New York? Was it New Orleans?
That was New Orleans, yeah.
God damn. That was probably our last show.
That was probably, damn. That was a long time ago.
Yeah, we're excited for it to come back, people.
Yeah, don't be surprised if you see us at all the shows because when you put it like that,
we got some high profile stuff coming back, like the NWA thing. I've heard my pops and grandparents told me about Wrestling at the Chase and what it was. I want to experience that just to see. I got a Wrestling at the Chase shirt. I'm ready to buy other different colors. I'm gonna be down there. You're gonna see this it's gonna be the rated R guy. You know how y'all got Sign Guy and the Brock Lesnar dude. I'm gonna be the STL nigga. That's who y'all gonna refer me. Oh, they're gonna STL.
Oh, they're gonna STL nigga. Hey, you should just wear a black shirt with you should wear a white shirt with a black N on it. Just a big old black N.
Or just get a screenshot of the Booker T and Stevie Ray and Sister Sherry.
That's what it is.
I might do that.
We probably should do that.
Just get that on a shirt. And we walk around like, none of y'all, you said if you want.
You better not. You better not. You better not.
On the back of the shirt, you better not.
You better not. You better not say it. I think that might be another shirt idea.
You better not say it. And then on the back, hashtag WCFY cast.
Yep. You better not say it. Well. It's about that time.
Yes, it is about that time. I've been waiting for this.
It's about that time. Rated R. Tell them about the awards that we give out on this here program.
Boy. So if you haven't been living under a rock, or if you're a new listener, welcome to the jungle. We give out an illustrious award. It was originally called the You Fucked Up, You Know Your Ass Is Doomed Award. You know how you get said award? It's really quite simple. If you're in the realm of professional wrestling and you do some dumb shit, we the motherfuckers tell you about yourself and we give you an award. So during the pandemic, we decided to rename this award because we've given this man this award before, but at that particular time, he was just doing countless of just egregious things. But the biggest culprit of the most egregious thing that I think he's done is that during the middle of a global pandemic in Albuquerque, New Mexico, John Jones decides to get into his car and drive drunk during the quarantine. What are you doing out, Mr. John Jones? You're supposed to be at the crib. Why?
Everybody at the crib.
So we just, at that particular time, John Jones has had just a string of just all kinds of stuff he was just running into. And we at the WeCominForYouCast respect and honor, and we like John Jones. We just do this motherfucking entertainment shock value. John Jones, don't get mad. It's funny. You know you did some fucked up shit. That's why we renamed the award called the John Jones's Freedom Memorial Award, because John Jones didn't want his freedom. So that's when we changed the name of the You Fucked Up, You Know Your Ass Is Doomed Award to the John Jones Freedom Memorial Award. Oh, by the way, guys, keep listening to the WeCominForYouCast, because if you thought that I was about to say something else, we do have that. The John Jones Memorial Freedom Battle Royal. We give out the award. We give out the most egregious John Jones Memorial Freedom Award at the end of the year. We talk about all of them. And speaking of all of them, before I get there, so we have a secondary award. You guys know Adrian Broner. Yeah, the boxer Adrian Broner. Yeah,
that dude.
Dude can fight. But it came to a time where he said Broner. He could beat my ass. But can he box? He said that. He said that. I can't do this shit. But he decided to go on a press conference with Manny Pacquiao. And this is when, he's about to fight Manny Pacquiao. And he basically said this verbatim, because he's about to get paid, over $100 million if he got past Pacquiao. He said, and I quote, "You motherfuckers your motherfuckers must be crazy. You think I'm about to lose to Manny Pacquiao. I'm about to beat his motherfucking ass on goddamn. And I don't know who them is." So when you in the realm of professional wrestling and you do some shit that you say you gonna do, but it didn't happen that way, you get the On God and Them award. Oh yeah. And by the way, if you happen to be a two-time offender, or you happen to do something that gives you access to all of these awards, we give you the Nate Robinson Award of Egregiousness. This put you with all the awards.
So, first off, because we got somebody for the actual award, but rated R. Like I said it for the show. I said it foreshadowing. I get the award this week. I get one of them. I get one of the awards.
I'm handing him the award this week, people. You want to know why RVS is getting the award this week, people?
Tell them why I'm getting the award.
This is why, people. So I've lived in St. Louis for a very long time, along with my I've known this man since 3rd grade, okay? So we're practically damn near brothers. He stayed right around the corner from me. We played basketball and shit. I only got into one argument with this dude, and we were friends within hours.
Within hours after a bus ride.
We ain't had no difficulty ever since. Bruh. So I'm driving around St. Louis. You know, I'll go to this establishment. It's called Soul Taco. Soul Taco was in the Del Mar Loop, and I saw one in Chesterfield. And, you know, I was going to a store where I didn't fucking know that I sold taco, and I never had it. You know, I never had it. You know, I never had soul taco, people. Don't take my St. Louis card, you motherfuckers in Chicago, because I know y'all got one too. Don't take my fucking card. I never had soul taco before. Excuse the fuck out of me. And it's time for another one of these, second version of a rated R red. You motherfuckers has been on Facebook talking about, oh, you late. And I know one of them is a friend of mine. I'm just joking when I say this. So what? I'm late. I never had it. Who gives a damn? I went to all the ones that never had soul taco. Read the comments of the other motherfuckers too that didn't have soul taco. I'm pissed off. People are pissed off at you. I'm pissed off at RVS because you motherfuckers didn't tell me how good the goddamn tacos was. Y'all sitting around now, especially you motherfuckers. I'm getting into the shit. You motherfuckers has been in my house. You've been in my house. I done had fight parties, WrestleMania parties. We done had all these goddamn parties. We done been down to the Loop. We done been all over the motherfucking place. And all you motherfuckers, then we ate late. We eat late all the time. Now, none of you niggas have said nothing about no goddamn soul taco. And then all of a sudden, I want to talk about some goddamn soul taco. Oh, yeah, that shit fire. Nigga, since when? You ain't never gave me none. How I supposed to know that shit is fire? So that's why he's getting the award, because Soul Taco been in the city longer than I have, and I ain't never had no motherfucking Soul Taco. Do yourself a favor and get you some Soul Taco. There ain't no sponsors in it, but that shit is delicious.
Hey, so I hope you know that I'm going to literally cut that up and send it to Soul Taco so they can give us a sponsorship.
I just said nigga and everything else.
Oh no, I'm gonna cut it up. It's gonna be like, let me tell you something. Soul Taco is delicious. It's gonna be jumping around and shit. Look, I'm sending that to Soul Taco.
Oh, shit. People if you're in St. Louis for Juneteenth, RVS hit me up. Ghostface Killer will be performing live at Soul Taco. Go there, be there, eat some tacos, and enjoy yourself for Juneteenth, dog.
So yeah, it's actually, well, this might actually air after that, but it's gonna be a festival. It's their 10-year anniversary. They're gonna be kicking it all throughout the Grove.
This shit been there for 10. You know what I'm saying? It's been there for 10 years. 10, dude. How many WrestleManias we didn't win to? I'm blaming Meal Ticket, you too. Who else?
Well,
Dougie Fresh?
To be fair, half of that time I lived in Columbia. And you live in Kansas City.
I don't care. No, it's time for a third installment. It's time. Goddamn shit. It's time for a third installment, people, of Rated R Reds. This is a 3-time loser here. I've been in St. Louis longer than back in St. Louis longer than I was in Kansas City for 4 years. I've been back here since 2016, Ray. Since 2016. You ain't tell me about no goddamn Soul Taco.
Hey man, you wasn't never around when the food truck pulled up, so what was I gonna do?
Goddamn taco. Them motherfucking tacos so damn good. I've been in this. I say, what the hell is this? Get some Soul Taco, y'all.
and if you see Rated R in the streets, make sure he got some Soul Taco in his hand. Like give him some Soul Taco when you see him.
Yes, Soul Taco. And Soul, like South Korea. Soul,
like Korea,
Soul
yeah.
Taco.
Speaking of Korea, shout out to the Dark Side of the Ring about the show they did in North Korea.
Okay.
Hey man, that's number one. That show's crazy. The whole thing is crazy. Number two, shout out to Too Cold Scorpio for like basically about to kill Hawk from Legion of Doom, because he said Hawk called him a nigga.
Oh.
First of all, he whooped Hawk's ass. So much so that Scott Norton was like, man, but Hawk was on medication that day. Man, if Hawk wasn't on no medication, man, he would have beat Scorpio's ass. That's how you know he got his ass whooped, because his boys start making excuses. But apparently Hawk sucker punched Tuco Scorpio. Tuco Scorpio went back to his hotel room in North Korea. No. He went back to his hotel room in North Korea and started making a shank, and was gone. And he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna shank this nigga." And in the most ironic twist of everything, Chris Benoit talked him out of killing him. Yeah, so there's that. But before we get out of here, we actually do have somebody who gets the Nate Robinson Award of Egregiousness.
Is it Jake Paul? Logan Paul?
No. But shout out to Logan Paul for getting the bag and getting knocked out by Floyd, and Floyd holding him up so they can keep getting the bag.
His brother, good luck with that Woodley stuff, man. Man.
Yeah. So Jake Paul should, you know what? Jake Paul get the On God and Them Award, because he ain't even fought Woodley yet, but he called out Canelo. Did you hear that?
No, I haven't heard that shit. Called out Canelo?
Jake Paul called out Canelo.
That buzz smoking that good shit.
Stay off the weed. But the person that gets the Nate Robinson Award of Egregiousness is no other than WCW superstar Marcus Buff Bagwell.
Buff, I'm the stuff, and the girls can't get enough Bagwell, his ass?
Him. Buff Bagwell.
Okay, Buff Bagwell, you know, what you do now, man? What you do this time, man? Do your research on Buff Bagwell to know what he did back in the 90s. I'm just going to leave it as that.
Yes. So, a couple weeks ago, Buff Bagwell.
It ain't bad. I'm just saying.
It's crazy.
The entertainment he was in. Look how,
yeah. The entertainment. I forgot about that.
It's not bad. It's not bad. I'm just saying that's what you want to do. You made money off of it.
Just don't look it up at work. Anyway,
no, don't look it up at
work. So Buff Bagwell got arrested for accused of hit and run and lying to the police. So ex-pro wrestling superstar Buff Bagwell, a staple in WCW for a decade, was arrested over the weekend in Georgia for an alleged hit and run accident. TMZ Sports obtained the booking report for the 51-year-old, real name Marcus Alexander Bagwell, showing he was arrested around 1:25 p.m. in the middle of the afternoon on May 22nd in Cobb County on a variety of alleged misdemeanor violations. The report shows Bagwell is facing 5 counts in total, including hit and run, giving false information to law enforcement, open container.
Wait. But Bagwell out here lying to the police.
He out here lying to the police. Now, number one, it might be because he don't look like Buff Bagwell no more. He just looks like a white man now. So he might have told him his name is Earl Jones or something. And he was like, man, you Buff Bagwell. What you talking about?
Shut your ass up. We know what the fuck you is.
But he also had an open container. He was following cars too closely, and his license to be carried and exhibited on demand. So he didn't immediately present his license because he said his name was Earl Jones. And they looked at his license and it was like, mother Marcus Bagwell.
Buff Bagwell, you ain't no Earl Jones.
You mean like they put like they put your mama up in the cage above the ring, Marcus Bagwell? So that's not all. That's not the only reason why he gets the Nate Robinson Award of
What he do? Damn, what else he do?
So he did an interview.
I got to do the Buff Bagwell strip, man. Go ahead.
So not only did he get arrested, but when asked about his arrest in an interview, he said, "There's only two people that know the truth. And guess who those two people are? God and Buff Bagwell."
Hey, man, hey.
But here's the thing. Here it is. He said, "So if you want to hear the truth about the incident that happened on May 22nd, come down to Big D's Flea Market and I will be there from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Where can they find you at? I'm done.
You certainly cannot find me at Big D's Flea Market, but you can find me at Franchise 06 on all social media platforms as FRANCHICE06.
Get down, Black Sox. Oh, just go off. Just go off. Just go off.
He's gonna talk about the arrest at Big D Flea Market from 9 a.m. until 2 p.m. Apparently it was a long story because he's gonna be there from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. talking about why he got arrested, talking about the truth.
At Big D's Flea Market?
At Big D's Flea Market.
That sounds like some Republic shit.
Now you know they still sell bootleg Blu-rays at Big D's Flea Market. They sell the Blu-rays that somebody
they got the incense. I got some. Hold on. Let me get
You got the Big D's Flea Market incense.
You know, if you go, y'all about to laugh, and I know you about to lose your fucking mind off of this shit. If you go, you had a flea market, and you had a good quality flea market when they got incense, and this is the name of it. That means you had a good quality motherfucking flea market. If this shit ain't there, these incenses here.
Oh, dude. Oh, wait a minute. Wait. I'm pretty sure, I'm willing to bet money that Big D's Flea Market sells bootleg Erykah Badu vagina incense. We don't know who it actually belongs to, but it ain't Erykah Badu.
So I wish I would have. Well, no, I don't, because I would have been locked up by the federal government, and I don't want to. Yeah, I'm not taking PTO to commit treason. But it's some motherfucker at the flea market now that's jailbreaking them goddamn fire sticks. And that motherfucker might make a lick in that bitch.
Yeah, exactly. They're Big D's Flea. You can get you a fire stick, a bootleg Erykah Badu, cha-cha incense, and hear a story. Hear the truth about Buff Bagwell. And what happened to Buff Bagwell?
Man,
where can they find you at, man?
We ought to get a wrestler on here and talk about some black shit. Like, you know who records on Tuesdays like we do? Stevie Ray is on Instagram.
Oh yeah, you were telling me about that.
Yeah, and it'd only be like 10 or 15 people there. We need to just get him on the show. We
might as well. We might as well just get him in and just record whatever we say to him. That's a good idea. We should go do that. We should do that.
Yeah, shit. Yeah. Y'all can find me on all social. You can't find me at Big D's, but you can find me on all social media platforms at R_18D_R.
So speaking of the I'm Black Y'all segment, we gonna leave y'all with a quote from Nyla Rose. So she wanted to give some props to her boss Tony Khan, right? So she did that on Twitter. So she says, Tony Khan has undoubtedly changed the game, changed the landscape of pro wrestling. But I think we don't talk enough about how Tony Brothers Shao Khan has changed things in the Outworld and improved the Mortal Kombat tournament. Live viewing is up 600%, and overall bloodshed is through the roof.
For RVS, for ROD, we out.
We out of here. Peace. His brother Shao Kahn.
You will never win. Look at that.
Oh shit.
You want it? You got it. You want me to get crazy? I'll get crazy. Sitting there apologizing. For what? You gotta fight 3 guys? 3 guys trying to kill me? I'm a gang member, baby. Remember that.